The Department of Homeland Security wants full access to Shelby Park, but the state of Texas is saying no way. They're actually doubling down, putting in this new concertina wire that is actually right on top and below of this anti-climb barrier. Look at this. So this is blocking people from climbing over these Connex boxes. It's a deterrent there that they've just put in place. And we can see right now across Shelby Park, it's very busy here as they do have state control right now. But you can see Border Patrol's right here with the boat in the water. So Border Patrol has not been restricted from the boat ramp. They've still been able to have access to the river and to be able to retrieve their boats as well. Now you can see that there is a big showing of Texas DPS and Texas Military Department along with Florida Wildlife Commission.
The Supreme Court ruling in favor of removing sharp razor wire installed by Texas in rivers along the border between U.S. and Mexico. A 5-4 vote now clears the way for federal agents to actually cut down the wire, which administration officials have called dangerous and inhumane. The ruling pretty much delivers a huge win for the Biden administration.
At least temporarily, Kira. This is a big deal for the Biden administration and that showdown between Texas Governor Greg Abbott and the federal government as the nation is experiencing this crisis of unlawful immigration at the border. This deals with a 29-mile stretch of border in Texas along the Rio Grande, which you just showed some pictures of. And here's the order that says the federal government can move forward with clearing away this razor wire, concertina wire that was installed by the state of Texas. Now, the federal government, which has the authority of overseeing immigration policy, of course, federal border agents there, said that this wire was getting in the way of their duties. They said that they did not want it there. They said it was dangerous and inhumane. The Biden administration argued in court, Kira, that this was infringing on federal authority to execute immigration policy. Texas said that this was necessary, that the border is being overrun. It's imposing costs on their state. All of that dispute is still being litigated in court. But today, the Supreme Court said in the meantime, the federal government can move forward with removing this wire, reclaiming its control of that land, and that Texas will continue to have to argue its case in court. And it's a very active case in what is now becoming a very big dispute as the country grapples with this immigration crisis.
I think this decision's a shame. The Border Patrol Union agrees with me on this. I knew that John Roberts was not going to have a spine because of the 2014 previous ruling. As the Supreme Court justice, he has to follow stare decisis. But when it comes to Amy Coney Barrett, I figured she'd fight a little bit tougher. I do think we're going to revisit this in another format because this argument about where illegal immigration takes place, where does it start, where does it end, how much of it is a federal issue, how much of it isn't, is still uncharted territory.
It's not uncharted. You're just wrong about that, and I'll tell you why. Because it's not going to change. States' rights, regardless of how conservatives want to see it, they have no jurisdiction over immigration law. It sits squarely within the federal bucket, and it's not going to change. I don't care who the justices are. And what the court said here was they don't have jurisdiction to put up wires, to kill people, to impact immigration, no matter how much.
Or to protect American citizens.
You know, no, they didn't say that either.
Or to protect American citizens.
What they said was you have no jurisdiction to do it. Those wires are inhumane, and as a result,
what's inhumane is Biden's
You think this is just a test case?
I think this is a test.
And what did you say during the break? More cases.
There's going to be more cases, and they're going to keep sending them up there like flares on the 4th of July.
The decision won't change.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who ordered for this razor wire to be deployed and installed here on the southern border, is reacting to the latest news saying, quote, "This is not over. Texas razor wire is an effective deterrent to the illegal crossings Biden encourages. I will continue to defend Texas constitutional authority to secure the border and prevent the Biden administration from destroying our property." This is where things are going to get interesting, Marky. Right now, we are inside Shelby Park. This is a park where it's a known hotspot for illegal crossings, and the state of Texas has essentially kicked out Border Patrol agents from conducting their normal operations. Here is that concertina wire that's been set up by Texas officials along the southern border here in Eagle Pass. So essentially, for Border Patrol agents to come in and cut through this concertina wire, the state of Texas will have to allow those Border Patrol agents inside Shelby Park. Texas sources are telling me that right now, Texas officials will not change their posture when it comes to not allowing Border Patrol agents inside Shelby Park. So things will get really interesting here on the southern border. But here, Mark, you clearly see this concertina wire it's just deployed here all across the southern border in Eagle Pass, and officials are telling us even more will be installed later this week.
Kujichagulia.